All right, welcome to another issue of Man Tips presented by Talking Small Podcast. What we have out here is we're in the barn, and you got a light switch. Lights won't come on. So now we got to troubleshoot the switch. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to turn it off. We're going to get a flathead screwdriver. And you can use a drill if you want, make it a little quicker. I mean, to me, I don't get the drill out here just for something like this. It's relatively easy to take off. But yeah, of course, the drill's faster. All right, now that we got that off, you can see that being outside, it's got some debris and some other stuff in it. We're going to take our voltmeter. We're going to assign it to 200 volts of AC. And what we're going to do is we're going to test the pole there. And you pull there, and if you read right now, nothing. Okay. Go to the top post, and then just touch anywhere on there. And I'm reading 120, so I can't show you that on the phone. All right. So when you turn it on, I go back and I hit this top post, and I go hit the. I'm reading 120. All right, cool. The bottom, which wasn't reading, which is the one we need reading, I go touch and touch, still reading 0. So what that tells me is the switch itself is bad. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the power breaker to it. I'm going to come back and test it, and then we'll replace the switch, and we'll show you how to do that. All right, we come over to the breaker. All right, this is lights and house side outlet. Go ahead and flip that off. Come back over here, my voltmeter, and we're going to test it again to see if we got voltage. So touch the top, touch here, nothing. Touch the bottom, touch here, nothing. All right, so we got it. We got the right breaker. So then we're going to take a screw out here, screw out there. Alright, so we can take this off with a Phillips or a, Phillips or a flathead. I'm going to use a Phillips. Ooh, and you don't want to strip them. Because they've been in there in the weather pretty bad. Alright, so once you got the screws out, you can kind of pull it out. You got your hot wire right here, your ground here, and then on the bottom, that's where you're basically, when you flip that switch, it shorts it out between there so it gets power to the lights. So what we want to do here is we're going to loosen this screw, and the ground so we can pull this off and expose the wires. Alright, so I can get the ground out from the back here and get that wire kind of off. The problem with these are if I take these screws out, it's still going to break there. So I'm going to go ahead and put some snips in and cut the wire. Before you do any of that, really you should be testing it, which I did earlier, the test before touch. So you just want to come in here and you're going to snip it about as close to it as you can with some snips. Now, electrical tools or a wire cutter, something like that can work. And what you're going to do now is you're going to have to get some more exposed wire here. So you got to find the gauge of it. Nope. And this might be a little difficult because I don't have that much. Now I can go always pull some more, but you know, you're never anticipating this kind of shit to happen. What you want to do is kind of find the gauge, you grab it, spin it, rotate it, and then you just kind of pull. And it'll come right off, see? And I'll do that for the next one. Spin it a couple times and it should just pull right off. Alright. So you got the new switch. And you see the ground's in slightly different spots. See, it's going to say on up here. And my wires, if you remember when I took it off, they were kind of crossed up. So this actually goes on the bottom. This one goes on the top. And there's your ground. Nice and tight, smash it in. And I just broke it. Alright, I got it wired up pretty tight. I'm going to go ahead and take the switch to off. I had to, you know, it's pretty tight in here, so I had to kind of pull, get a little extra wire. It was kind of a little difficult. You can always take staples and stuff out here if you need to get a little more wire in there just on my setup. Alright, so I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to throw the breaker. And come back over here. And will there be light? Oh! That's how you change out a light switch. Man Tips, presented by the Talking Small Podcast. Thank you.